Hey, my name is Matthew Sturdivant, and thanks for tuning into my channel, Giddy Up Bike Adventures. I got Mojo, my little puppy here, and I'm sure she's going to interrupt this video. So just wanted to introduce her before she did that. And that is Blue, the other dog. Hey, is there a squirrel outside? Go check on the squirrels. Anyhow, today I'm going to do something a little bit different. A lot of times on my videos, I talk about motorcycle specific things and some bicycle trips that I've done, but a lot of it's motorcycle content, either stuff about motorcycles or camping equipment, blah blah blah. But today I want to do something different than the other 75,000 YouTuber videos that other motorcycle people have put out there, and that is to read a little bit from my book. And my book was about facing my fears, as well as doing the Trans-America Trail, which, if you don't know, is a way to go across America on dirt roads. Pretty interesting journey. But the first time through, I let my fear get the best of me and wasn't able to do it in a way that I thought made a compelling story. But after a bunch of therapy and scaring the piss out of myself a lot, I finally was able to work through a lot of it. An adventure, 8 years in the making, about not only navigating 6,000 miles across America on dirt roads, but also navigating a divorce, career changes, addiction, and mental health issues. This story has numerous cringeworthy moments, from traversing high mountain passes to crawling in claustrophobic caves to meet fear head on. A deeply personal and often humorous look at phobias, spirituality, and getting along with others. And I thought I would read a brief passage that one of my readers told me was her favorite recently. She's not a motorcyclist and she loved the story. Anyways, this gives you an insight to how weird my brain is, and the kind of, even my therapist said that for somebody he treats people with phobias all the time. And he said, man, you're like a really extreme case. And what I have is not just panic attacks, but agoraphobia. And this is the thing that, if it's not treated, if you don't deal with it, could make you a shut-in where you just, you get frightened to leave your apartment. Some people can't even leave the couch or whatever. They get so weird. And how that happens is you have panic attacks, say at the grocery store, and then now you write the grocery store off your list of places to go. And with me, it was being in really remote areas, confined spaces like an airplane. But it was, as I was getting older, it was getting worse and worse. And it was starting to be a thing that had me considering considering suicide. It got that bad. And for a lot of years, I just jumped in a bottle to run from my fears. But that wasn't working anymore. And so I had to find another way. And that's what my book's about. Anyways, here's a quick blurb out of the book for I think it's very funny, but it gives you an insight how my brain works. I shared with my therapist a conversation I had with my ex-father-in-law. He wanted to celebrate my ex-wife's 40th birthday with a big surprise. He was very considerate and devised a vacation plan knowing I'm terrified to fly on planes. He told me to keep this a secret, and he was about to burst with excitement when he told me. He said, I bought the four of us a Caribbean cruise. My eyebrows went up in surprise as I feigned gratitude. I think I said, oh, wow. I also flooded with panic, and my head filled with these racing thoughts. Am I okay on a cruise ship out in the middle of the ocean? I've never really been out to sea. Okay, I will probably have a full panic attack on the ship, and they'll have to send a helicopter or something. But aren't helicopters ridiculously expensive? Can a helicopter even fly that far? It will probably run out of fuel, and I'll plunge into the gray-green waves below. I will just have to tough it out and rent a car once I get to the Yucatan and drive back to Texas that way. But then, most likely, the Sinaloa drug cartel will kidnap me demanding a ransom for my family, and they will keep me in a cinder block cell exposed to the with the roof open, with an oppressively hot sun and the dirt floor that stinks from the urine of the last poor souls that were tortured in this space. Now imagine all these thoughts in a quarter of the time it took for me to read them to you. It never even for a millisecond occurred to me that maybe I would go snorkeling on a reef, be sitting in a hot tub, or eating lobster on the cruise ship. My vivid imagination sets off my nervous system, and my body and brain are convinced that I'm under an actual threat. I even noticed that when I wrote the negative section above, I used all my senses, the color, the temperature, and even the smell. There's no color or temperature or smell when I talk about the lobster, for example. A cruise is most people's idea of a relaxing vacation, and here I, in 15 seconds, can turn it into a total catastrophe. I'm a mess. And for some reason in the negative, I can be super creative. And then when it comes to positive things happening, I'm just like, is that even, it doesn't even cross my mind. So I tend to go with the worst case scenario with most everything. But then if I look at my life in general, it's turned out pretty good. So anyways, the book is available on the internet. If you buy it from my website, thetopographyofear.com, I can autograph it to you or your cousin or whatever. So you don't have to be a motorcycle person. It's just a good story about an adventure, and people that have fears may find it hopeful and helpful. All right, that's all I have. Thanks for watching.